That's some really unfortunate news for the New York Knicks and Madison Square Garden in regards to Patrick Ewing, who coaches the Georgetown men's basketball team. After the victory over Villanova in the Big East tournament, he said he was annoyed with the security measures at Madison Square Garden, which this isn't surprising because this has been a very big complaint from big stars in the past before Madison Square Garden, like Charles Barkley and last year, help me out here,
Charles
Mark. Spike
Oakley.
Lee. It was Spike Lee last year. But
Charles Oakley.
yeah, yeah. Oh, my bad. Charles Oakley, excuse me. And then
Yeah,
Spike
yeah.
Lee. There was an incident with Spike Lee last year. Before the pandemic hit the world. Now obviously this is very significant because this is Madison Square Garden is the hub of Patrick Ewing's Hall of Fame career. He played for the New York Knicks. Obviously, if you're a Knicks fan, you definitely know who this guy is. Um, and there is a quote here from Patrick Ewing himself. He says, and I quote, I do want to say one thing though. I thought this was my building, and I feel terrible that I'm getting stopped associated and people asking for passes. Everybody in this building should know who the hell I am, and I'm getting stopped. I can't move around this building. I was like, what the hell is this Madison Square Garden? Um, and this was written by Myron Metcalf, who was an ESPN staff writer. So, Mario, let me start off with this, okay? Because this is not only is this interesting, but this is definitely not the first time this has happened in Madison Square Garden. James, we all know Charles Oakley and James Dolan going at it, and he banned Charles Oakley for life. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but I'm pretty sure he played for the Knicks too. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he played for
Uh,
the Knicks. He played for the Bulls. He played for a couple
yeah,
teams.
yeah. So yeah, because I get him and Charles Barkley confused. And then the incident with Spike Lee last year, and that one kind of got me annoyed because say what you want about Spike Lee, but that man is as loyal as it gets. He has been a season ticket holder at Madison Square Garden for 3 decades. Tell me a fan of any sports team, I don't care what sport it is, that's a season ticket holder for 3 decades and counting, like Spike Lee. And the incident with that was I guess he was using the wrong entrance, which is the entrance he's been using ever since he started going. And they had an issue with that, and they didn't tell him about that, so he got upset about it, and rightfully so. Because if I wasn't told that I couldn't do something, and then I was called out for it, I'd be pretty mad about it too. But um, so this isn't the first time something like this has happened, but it seems that James Dolan and his and security that he hires has an issue with their Hall of Famers. I mean, first you piss off Charles Oakley, then you piss off a super fan. Now you're gonna piss off another Hall of Famer. I mean, what do you want to? At this point, I don't know what his grudge is. I don't even know if he has a grudge against these people. I don't want to assume that he does, but at this point, it just looks like that he does. No, and I'm not gonna go up and actually, screw it. I'll say it. He most likely definitely has a grudge on these guys. Because you can't sit up here and tell me that you piss off one of your Hall of Famers, then you piss off a 30-year super fan. Now you're gonna piss off another Hall of Famer who played under that roof for years. I mean, I, I don't know what's going on here, Mario. I really don't. And honestly, like I know you've been to Madison Square Garden. I never have, but you could probably talk to these guys about how security is there. I've never been to Madison Square Garden before. I plan on going there because that's a place I want to go to before before I die. That's definitely a place I recommend people going to before they die. It's just such a I've heard a lot of good things about that place, but as for security wise, I have not heard good things. But that's besides the point. Um, but yeah, I go to other places like Fenway Park and TD Garden. I've been to TD Garden a few times. Um, I go to McCoy Stadium down in Pawtucket before the Paw Sox moved to Worcester and all these other places, dude. And like the security is actually the security is not bad. They let you free roam as long as you're not doing stupid stuff. Then they don't got a problem with that. But from what I hear, because I haven't been to Madison Square Garden before, from what I hear, the security is just very tight and strict in Madison Square Garden, and honestly, I think that really needs to be fixed. Um, but with that being said, there's really not much else for me to say other than I wish Patrick Ewing the best of luck, and I do apologize that he has to deal with this.
No, absolutely. To answer your question, yeah, when I went to Madison Square Garden, I didn't really experience a lot of security problems. I feel like the reason why is because well, everybody who walks into Madison Square Garden, they all go through like one. It's all going through one direction. All the fans, you're all going through like one door. All going through. They have like a bunch of gates. They'll check you, make sure you don't have anything on you. Obviously, you might have to empty your pockets. I'm not sure. Can't remember. It's been a long time, but I never really had any problems with security. I understand why like New York Knicks security is like as strict as it is. Okay, it's one thing to do like kicking Patrick Oakley out was definitely unnecessary. You know that man did a lot. He did a decent amount for that organization. Okay, Spike Lee, like you said, a 3 decade season ticket holder. Obviously, he's a very loyal fan to that team. But to have problems with Patrick Ewing, like I don't think he understands exactly what Patrick Ewing has done for that team.
Yeah,
We're talking about 11-time All-Star. We're talking about a Hall of Famer. We're talking about a guy who took the Knicks to the finals at one point. We're talking about a guy who had to bust his ass to get through Michael Jordan. Okay, we're talking about a guy who almost beat Michael Jordan. So like, we're talking about Patrick Ewing, who is arguably one of the great. I think he's one of the most underrated centers of all time.
I
Okay,
agree.
but that's who we're talking about here. Patrick Ewing, okay? And for you people, and he's done so many great things for the sport of basketball. He's not, as far as I know. I mean, if so, people can correct me below, but I don't think he's ever really got into any legal trouble. I don't think he's ever really like, you know what I'm saying? He coaches, like you said, the Georgetown men's basketball team, which I completely forgot that he coached. It's unnecessary. He's been like a representative for New York so many times. Like I've seen him be a representative at the NBA lottery so many times because when they announce like who gets the first pick and everything, they have like a representative from every team. And Patrick Ewing has been there plenty of times. So I don't understand why you're gonna stop this man after everything he's done for you. That's just messed up. Look, I don't believe Charles Oakley should receive special treatment. I don't believe Spike Lee should receive special treatment. But if there's one person on the Knicks that should receive special treatment, or one person at all, it's definitely Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks, without a doubt. Okay, because let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. If they would have stopped Michael Jordan, Madison Square Garden would stop Michael Jordan from walking into Madison Square Garden if that ever happened. You know they'd be screwed. You
Yeah,
know Michael Jordan would end up being like, I don't know what the hell you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it would have been a massive problem. And you kicking out Michael Jordan, everybody would have everybody would have blackballed the Knicks. So like, so to be honest with you, like this is really hurting them, Nick. It's really hurting because if these players who like end up like going into free agency think, well, this is how you treat an 11-time All-Star and a Hall of Famer and a guy who's made it to the finals, how are you gonna treat me?
yeah,
You
right.
know, maybe this is the reason why nobody's siding with the Knicks because people kind of see this stuff. Maybe there's other reasons. I don't know. Okay, but the Knicks, as far as I'm concerned, they don't treat their elite like they're elite. You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee is as a New York Knicks elite. Sorry, alarm. Spike Lee is a New York Knicks elite. Charles Oakley is a New York Knicks elite. Patrick Ewing, if anything, that should be the stand. That should be the podium. He should be at the podium of all the New York Knicks players. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. Like, this. I think it's getting out of control with the New York Knicks. You know, I
yeah, it
really
is.
feel like them. James Dolan managed. I think it's out of control security wise. Like, it's just out of control at this point. And with that being said, I do apologize that Patrick Ewing had to go through this because we all know how good Patrick Ewing was as a basketball player back when he was.
Older team.
So, with that being said, I apologize that Patrick Ewing had to go through this. I wish him the best of luck, and I can absolutely see why he's upset, and I completely agree.